In previous sections, we learned how to create table and load the data. Now in this section, I will show you one more way of loading the data, and that way we'll be following throughout our future sessions. And one more thing, before we load that data, I want to show you how to delete any object. So if I want to delete these objects and I want to delete them from the database itself. So what I have to do is I have to delete these files. Delete. Okay. And then I have to build this. If I don't build this, the object will remain in the backend. For example, you see the tables are still there. For example, I can just open this. Table is still there. It's not deleted from the system. So what you have to do is you have to go here and say build this. Once you build this, it will detect that those files are missing. So it will delete those tables as well. Or whatever the object you may have, it will delete that as well. So this is the way of deleting the objects which you no longer want. Don't just directly delete the files, you have to delete and build. So if I go here, so customer S2 we created from SQL, so it's still there. Other two are deleted. Okay, now what we'll be doing is we'll import some files here, and I will show you what those files have. So I will say right click, import, and here I will say import. So I can browse my data. So this is the zip file which contains these three files: CSV file, HDB CDS file, and HDB table data. And we'll see what these files have. So I will select this. I have just zipped these three files into this zip file. So I'll say yes. And here I can also maintain a folder. For example, I can say, okay, and DP objects, I want to have one more folder as data because this is related to my data. So I can say, okay. So it will create one more folder. So manually also you can create, and like this also you can create. So manually also I can say new folder. Otherwise I can just give the path and it will work. So what we have here is I'm just starting with one sample product data. So this CSV file, if you open this is nothing but a CSV file. Simple. The data is maintained, and this is a CSV file which we have. This is product CDS. So if I open this, it will open in a graphical way. So you see there are like 4 tables inside this. I go inside. So that was the context. This is the context, and these are the tables which will be getting created through this file. So these are the 4 tables I'm creating. Although I'm loading data only to product, I'm just creating together all these 4 tables, and we can see the code as well. So you can see this is my context, see product detail, this context, and under this I have entity like product, product hierarchy, product category, product text. So again, same thing. We have all the fields which we want in that table, as simple as that. Okay, so these are the tables which will get created, and this table data. So we have the file, we have the table. Now I also want to load the data, right? I want to load the data into product table. So once I create the table, I want to load this CSV file into this table. So for that I have this HDB table data. So if I open this, you will see it just gives a format, version, import, and everything. It says this is my target table, C product detail dot product. As you have seen here, this is my file, context is C product detail dot product. So this is my table, and I want to load data type of CSV, and the file name is product.csv, which is this. So I want to load this. Does it have header? It has, so it is true. Now next we do is column mapping. So these are the column. I have given the numbers 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, and import setting is what columns I want to import. This is nothing but just kind of a mapping which we are maintaining as a code. So this is how it is maintained. This is standard way. You can directly use these files, and you can right click and just build this, and everything will get built. But let's try one by one. So I will say product CSV. So I will say build. This is nothing but CSV file. It is getting consumed into the database, as simple as that. And I will also create the tables here. So let's go with this. Both are running. So it should create all the tables under my context, and this should consume the CSV file. One of them is complete. This is complete. As you can see that label has gone pending deployment, and this is still running. So this is also complete. So I can go and check my tables as well. So I can say open HDI container. tables, and these are the tables which got created: product, category, text, and hierarchy. So I can go here and say open, and it will open the, it has lost the connection. Let's connect again. So this is my table with these fields. Okay, and now I want to load the data, because if you see, there is no data in this. So I say open data. There won't be any data because we haven't inserted through command, or we haven't imported the CSV file into this like this we did earlier, right? Import data. So what we want to do is, so I want to use this file. If you remember, in this also what we did was we maintained the mapping, right? So here also we are doing the mapping, but this time this is by way of code. So let's try to build this, and I can build all these three files together as well. I can just right click here and build, and it will build all the files basically. So I can do that as well, but I am doing like this, so we know one by one how it works. But all together also we can do if we have correct files everywhere. So this is also completed. So let's go here and check. So under my product, I can say open data. Yeah, so we got the data here. So this is how it's loaded. For rest of it, data is not loaded, but for this, data is loaded. So we have the data now. So we have used these three files to load the data into product, and similarly I can load the data into other tables which we have created, and we'll see when we want we will load the data. This is just a starting point, so we can load data to other tables as well, but we started small because we just wanted to go step by step and see how things work. So you will get a idea how one table can be loaded. Similarly, you can load multiple tables as well, as simple as that. So we will have all these files in resource section, so you will have access to these files, so you can directly check and go into detail if you want to learn these. Otherwise it's a standard template which you can use whenever you want. Just that when you have some other table you can maintain that, and if you have different columns you can maintain that as well. So this was our basic step to create this product table. Now as we go further, we'll create more object. We are just starting small because we want to go step by step. So I will see you in next section. Thank you.